Hey, let's talk about it. I want to talk about it. Let's have a cup of conversation. Welcome back to a cup of conversation with me, Nidra Simmons. I hope that you're having a wonderful Thursday. I do not own the rights to the music that I will be playing later on as I continue on with this live. Um, uh, Giving honor and glory to Mother, Father, God, Universe. Thank you, God, for waking us up this morning and seeing us throughout the day. Thank you for protecting us and keeping us. God, I love you. I love you. I love you. Even though the world seems like it is falling apart and things seem so hard, I know that you are one constant thing that's always flowing in me and in my life. So I give honor and glory to you for that. Much respect and gratitude for everything. Much respect and gratitude to God, our big brother Jesus, archangels, guardian angels, all angels in the highest Christ life, ancestors, guardian ancestors, spirit team here and for. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all that you do, done, and will do in our lives. Continue to keep us and bless us, Lord. You are truly, truly an awesome God and worthy of all the praises. Thank you, Lord, for everything. Continue to protect us mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially, in every way possible. Continue to keep us fully dressed, one of full armor, God, the helmet of salvation, breastplate of righteousness, shield of faith, sword of God's word, blood of truth, and shoes of peace, and provide for us mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially. These blessings I pray and ask in your holy name. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. I don't know if y'all heard what was being said a few minutes ago or if it went on mute, but these bill collectors are coming on strong. And I'm going to tell you, when I get it, you'll get it. But I can't give it to you if I don't have nothing. You can't give from an empty cup. You can't give from a cup that's not, I can't even give from a full cup. I have to give from that cup that overflows. So when I get it, you'll get it. So stop blowing up my phone. Anyway, this conversation, topic of discussion today is, oh, and please, this content is for entertainment purposes only. Please like, share, subscribe. Check me out on all platforms. Um, all right. So I do not own the rights to the music. The music is just playing in the background to set the tone and keep me grounded. How many of you guys out there know that it is a lot of stuff going on in this world? This live, I want to put on motivation, on encourage you to go forward. I did put the title on there, but of course, I forgot what I wrote down to be the title. It doesn't show up on the end for me, but I know that I want to put this conversation into effect and talk about how when the odds are against you, when the world, your world seems upside down, when you're looking out the window and the world is physically being demolished and upside down, and people are, you're watching people get covered in water and everything that's out there. I don't condone violence. I'm not condoning violence. This is reality. This is stuff that's going on right now in the world, in different parts of the world. We're not hearing about it like we should. Um, Mainly because probably I don't know why we're not hearing about it, but it's coming through anyway. People need to be aware of what is going on out there, and people need to not hide from it. Now, me, I'm someone that would rather talk about uh rainbows and sunshine and everything nice and peaceful and everything, but reality is that's not how it is right now in this world. So even though I like to stay positive and I like to stay focused on good things and positive things, I can't ignore the fact of what is going on in this world. I can't even ignore the fact about what is going on with me. So I am trusting and believing that God has a plan. God is uh, in control. That's all I can say. God is in control. And I had someone let me know that they came on my live yesterday and I didn't acknowledge them. So if you came on my live yesterday and I was making jewelry and I was looking down and I didn't see when you came in, please don't hold that to my heart. So I am grateful for everyone that comes out and check my lives. If I'm saying something that makes sense, please tap the hearts and let me know that you're there. Let me know that what I'm saying is making sense. Um, it's a lot that's going on. There's a lot that's going on in here, and there's a lot of hard work that I need to do to keep myself focused and grounded. And that is what I am trying to do in my little part that I play here in this world. Um, so When life seems like it's hard, don't give up. Stay firm, stay firm, stay firm, and move forward. Okay. I know this is something that's easily said than done. I'm going through stuff right now, and I'm constantly being reminded of where I should not be because I'm trying to keep myself focused and grounded. How many of you out there know that when you try to stay positive and you try to move forward and you try to do what you need to do, there's always something that's going to try to pull you back or take you out of character. Don't get out of character. And this conversation might be redundant. You probably heard it already before, but I really believe that we need some encouragement right now. I woke up to a story about what was happening in China. Now, I have a friend that was telling me about this stuff already before, and he was on point, and I'm not saying that he wasn't. It's just that it was a lot of information for me to take because I'm sitting here struggling and then the world is falling apart. And I'm like, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that there's nothing positive that's going to come out of all of this? Are you trying to tell me that I have been through all of this struggle in my life to realize that I'm going to go through more struggle and that's it? It's never going to get good? I can't believe that. I can't focus on that. I got to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I got to believe that this world is going to get better than what it is. I can't sit here and work so hard and praying and wishing and moving forward to get to a point to where it's never going to be. I can't believe that. I know that warning comes before destruction. Thank you. And I know that those who love the Lord, truly follow the Lord, have a pure heart, open heart, that God is going to protect and take care of. This I know. Um, and I'm saying this because I know. Everybody else out there may not know. And then you got people that can't put a balance between the horrible and the good. There's balance that you have to maintain as an individual, as a human, to keep going. You can't be too afraid of what's going on to where you can't live life right now. Or you can't be too oblivious to what's going on that you can't prepare for what's to come. So, what do you do? And this is what I had asked my friend that was explaining to me what was going on and how the world is coming to a point to where only God's people is going to make it through. And God people can be any race, denomination, religion, or whatever the case might be. I'm not here to say one religion is better than the other. As long as you have a pure heart, that's the common goal. A pure heart, a heart of God. That is the common goal that's going to join all of God's people together. And it's those people that I believe will move forward in all of this turmoil that is going on in this world. You don't have to take my word for it. You don't even have to believe it. I'm just sharing. This is a cup of conversation and food for thought. So please put your input in there if you believe whatever you believe, but just be respectful. So, one of the things that I do when I feel like everything is going topsy turvy, whatever when everything is going bonkers, crazy, um, I fall back on love. I fall back on love. I'll listen to love songs. Um, I'll talk about how much I love God, and I'll show how much I love me. A cup of coffee because I want it. I like the way it tastes. It makes me calm. It makes me, well, while I'm drinking it, I'm calm. But after the effects kick in, I might be like all over the place. But I enjoy a hot cup of coffee or a hot cup of tea. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment. But I want to motivate you all out there. And I know this is hard to even say when you have family members that are going through what is going through in certain parts of the world, and here you are in another part of the world. And I'm saying this, and I'm saying this with total consideration of a person that have family all over the place. It's hard to see what is going on in this world. I don't take song requests because I don't have the equipment to move things up. Um, what does it say? Somebody wrote something in secret. Uh-oh, what did I do? Somebody wrote something in secret. Um, I don't know what it is. It was too light to read. One thing I do, I'm able to come on here and I'm someone that is considered shy. Some people might not see that, but if I can come up here boldly and talk with confidence, because I believe God is backing me. If I can come here and speak with confidence and boldly and come out and address you all out there, then when you come and speak back to me, at least, show your face, your picture, and stand up to whatever you're saying. I'm gonna try to get into the habit of reading names, but your names out here is very hard to read. So if I see people that come on here and join the live, thank you, Reggie, for joining the live. I can see your name. Basil, thank you for joining the live. Everyone else who has joined prior to those names, thank you for joining the live. I'll start addressing you all out there by names if I can pronounce it. If I can't pronounce it, don't hold it to my heart. Thank you for the hearts. Much appreciated. Thank you very much. Um, I realize how important it is to acknowledge those who come onto your live because they don't have to come on your live. And I know as someone who go on other people's lives, sometimes I stand back. I see Shorty or Daniel. Thank you for joining the live. Gonzalo, F Flex. Thank you all for joining the live. Much appreciated. Thank you for the rose. I love roses. Please like the live as well as you come on, or if I'm saying something that's interesting, like the live. But this conversation right here is to try to help encourage and motivate you all to just keep moving forward, no matter how. Adrian Pedrosa, thank you for joining the live. Thank you for liking the live, Flex. Much appreciated. Um, thank you all, Reggie. I see the gifts that you sent too. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Um, Thank you, Danielle Shaw. Much appreciated. Um, but I want you all out there to just stay encouraged. It's hard to North Carolina. Thank you for joining O3. Emmeline Yoder. Thank you for joining the live. Much appreciated. As you come in, if I'm saying something that's helpful or if you can benefit off of what I'm saying, tap those hearts. Thank you for the compliment. Much appreciated. You're pretty too. I see your picture. Um, Thank you for just joining the live. Again, this is a conversation to encourage you all out there to keep going. We're in a world that is in chaos. Thank you for joining the live, Carla. Thank you for joining the live. Yo solo esque. I don't know, y'all. That's a lot of names coming on here for me to remember all y'all. So thank you for joining the live. I'm going to speak and then I'm gonna look up and then I'll acknowledge some more. But if I did it, I'm not going to get my statements or whatever it is across. I will, as long as I got breath in my body. Thank you, doing too much. Thank you for joining the live. No, I don't have the red lipstick on. I don't have it up here. But I said next time I'll do the red lipstick. Maybe when I'm wearing red, I'll put on red. Okay. But thank you for joining the live, Maggie. Much appreciated. This conversation is talking about encouraging you all out there to keep going and looking forward and up. Um, we have so much stuff that's going on in this world. I was woken up this morning about on a clip, so somebody was sharing. I'm talking too fast. Let me slow down. I was woken up this morning and I went onto the internet and I was looking and there was a clip of what was taking place on in China and what and was happening in Europe. Oh, I feel like I'm stuttering. Let me slow down a little bit more. And it's very tragic of what's going on. And I know that God gives warning before destructions. And a lot of people think that the coming back of God is going to be a peaceful reunion. Um, no. In the Bible, he said that, he put water to clarify, cleanse the earth of all of the impurities. Now the returning is going to be not by water, but by fire. And what are you seeing in all these places? Fire. Um, and I'm just piggybacking on what I saw. I am not someone that goes and look for this stuff to see, um, because it's too much for me. But that doesn't mean that I ignore it. And I'm saying this all to you out there too. Don't ignore it. A lot of people don't like to learn about different things because they were told not to, because they say things are bad. You don't have to get involved and do these bad things, but you should be aware of what's out there. That's for protection for you. As long as you know what's out there, you know what you're up against. You know how to thank you, Carla. Um, as long as you know what's out there, you know what to how to protect yourself. Hello, Brandon. Thank you for joining the live. I'm going to get in the habit. Hello, Bobby. Thank you for joining the live. I'm going to get in the habit and start speaking some names of all of who joins in. I know that it feels good when people say my name, so I'm going to return the favor. Thank you, Big E, for joining the live. Mary B. This conversation is about motivation, motivating you to keep going no matter what is going on in life. Thank you for the heart. Much appreciated. As you come in, if I say something that can reflect or relate to whatever you're feeling, or if it tugs at your heart, tap those hearts. Let me know that you guys are picking up what I'm putting out. As always, I say, God, less of me, more of you, and I'm to speak what thus saith the Lord. Hello, E- Ekmek. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm doing good. Oh, hello. How are you, sir? Oh, you got jokes. Okay. So the one that said that you can't show your face, so I can give you a compliment back and return the favor. Thank you for joining the live, BYC. Much appreciated. Praises uh, as well. Um, to God first and foremost. But thank you for joining the live. I didn't know how to respond to that one after I read your comment. But anyway, um, am I doing too much? Doing too much? Thank you for the hearts. Much appreciated. Thank you for uh, the community tier. Much appreciated. All right. So not a person. I put them on the spot. Now they quiet. um. So yeah, this is a reminder to stay motivated no matter what's going on. I stopped watching the news a long time ago because all they focus on is, who's in in the political party, and just their lives, and that's it. And that doesn't let you know what's going on around the world. And so you have to look through the internet and other people's stories just to know what is going on around the world, because it's not on the news like it should be. Um, so I was woken up to seeing a bunch of people. I guess it was a ice glacier that broke that. And this is probably old news, and I'm just seeing it, but it's existing, it's happened, it's not make believe. Just like, and this might be a trigger warning, what was happening on 9/11. I was actually in my house pregnant, looking on the news, and I'm thinking, oh, they put an action picture on the news, a movie on the news, and it was reality. It was real life. And at that moment, it hit me hard because I lived 20 minutes, 30 minutes prior away from where that took place at the time. And maybe I'm gonna say 30 minutes by car. And I was pregnant, and I'm like, okay, so am I gonna be able to deliver my baby? I was close to the due date, and I knew that all that took place. That means all of the activities, everything is everybody's gonna be pulled over to there, and I might not have someone's. That's how my mindset was going at that time. But the point that I'm making is, I couldn't ignore the fact of what was going on. It was so close to home, and even though the things that are going on in the world, um, thank you for the compliment, much appreciated. 17Y.0. Um, thank you for joining the live, Tammy. Um, and someone that's joined with numbers, thank you for joining the live. But as I said, I'm gonna thank y'all for coming in and try to keep going too at the same time. But the point that I was trying to make about how I had to not ignore what was going on, because although I wasn't exactly there, it was close to home. What's going on around across the world, I'm not there, but that doesn't mean it's going to stop there. Things are starting now, and we're just in the beginning of what is to come. I don't have any proof to back that up, so don't ask me. I just feel it, and from what I see and from what I'm hearing, that is just the beginning. If you are familiar with the book of Revelations, That is a very scary book to read, and a lot of pastors in the church don't like to go into detail with that, and some do. But it's all in your interpretation of it, because you can read, they can teach you one way to kind of sugarcoat it, but in reality, it's more deeper and far deeper than what you're getting to. So I'm always going to tell you to read for yourself. Do your own research and find out what's going on. I've heard people say that we're living in the book of Revelations, and I believe that. Which means if you read the book of Revelations, you know that things are going to happen. This is going to happen, and this is going to happen. Just like when it talked about the plagues, it happened, and things just kept building up and building up until it got to the point to where it was um gone. Thank you for sharing that information. You distracted me because I like Transformers, and Optimus Prime voice is very familiar, but you distracted me, so let me go back on point. Thank you for the compliment. Thank you for joining the live, Trav. Trav, is it Trav? And Ryan, thank you for joining the live. Thank you for joining the live. Shinara, I'm sorry. I don't want to butcher your names. Thank y'all for joining the live. Much appreciated. Good morning. Please tap those hearts. If by chance I'm saying something that is interesting to you. Um, and condolences to all the ones that just recently passed. I'm a fan of Dolly Parton. I heard she passed. My condolences to her family. And someone just said the voice of Optimus Prime. Okay. Thank you for sharing. Condolences to the families out there. I know it's hard to lose someone. Um, and there's probably many others that are losing people out there due to what is taking place if you have family all around the world. So I pray for all of the families. Thank you, Nolan. Very profound words that you just said. Um, History do repeat itself. Um, and that's how we are able to, or some of us is able to see and notice the patterns and know the in-depth seriousness of certain things that's coming or not to come. And that was probably somebody else need to hear that, so I'm not going to further go into that. But thank you for joining the live. Was it God is your name? Thank you for joining the live. Much appreciated. But as I was saying, you're not there in those places, but you don't need to ignore it either. This world is going through tremendous changes. And all I can say is you need to have a pure heart. You need to rule with love. All this violence and eliminating people. For what? We don't need to do no more crime because God's will is going to take place regardless. And things are going to happen. They were talking about the sun years prior about global warming and everything, and how the sun is going to get closer to the earth and things are going to start to burn. The sun. Everybody was thinking it was the SON, but the SUN. I had watched a live today. I'm not live. It was someone on YouTube. I can't think of her name, but she's an awesome woman. I really enjoy listening to her. But she was showing she made a point. When you look at the pictures of Jesus, how they portray Jesus to be, there's always a halo behind, or almost looking like a sun. The person is there to reflect that there's a sun back there. Um, sun, SON, SUN. And I thought that was very interesting that she pointed it out that way. A lot of the Bible has hidden messages or is coded, and one of the coded words in there is son. We are all thinking that it's the son, SON, Jesus, but SON, the son, the creator, the energy, that God is the focus point. It's almost like looking at a two-edged sword or a mirror or a puzzle. There's like so many different ways, and this is how the enemy plays on people. Thank you for the compliment. Lil May, Louisa. Thank you all for joining the live. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you, Trev, for liking the live. Much appreciated. Um, So you want to make sure that I kind of got sidetracked, but the Bible's coded. Do your research and listen to what you're reading and recap the stories that you're familiar with. And then if you have to reread it, see how it comes to you the time now that you know what you know, and what are you getting from it. We need to be very aware in this day and time. And I constantly tell you all to love yourself. And I'm not going to stop telling you because it's so important. Take it for someone who did not love herself and how much turmoil and issues and problems that I caused on myself because I didn't love myself, and how much knowledge and wisdom I was lacking because I didn't love myself. Um, we're important vessels, balls of energy that's in this planet that were placed here to try to make it better. Some of us are not even from this planet coming back to this planet to try to help make it better, to try to help people. But you got a lot of people that's set in their minds, and you got a lot of people that's been taught and trained, and you got a lot of uh, organizations that would try to keep people down. And I know I said this at the beginning of the year. I didn't have any proof of why I said this. I didn't have any backing on why I said this. But I said to people when we first came in and they were electing or was it this year? I know I said it this year about the office, people they put in office, and how everybody was getting, a lot of people, not everybody, was getting discouraged of who was placed in office, and how I'm looking up. So if you came in and I didn't see you, please don't hold that to my heart. I'm trying to get this out. Um, uh, stay focused, stay focused. I said that God has people, angels, not people, angels, and it could be people, but God has angels planted in strategic places, and they're to wait for command to move when God say move, when thus saith the Lord. So don't get discouraged. Don't look at what is the surface. This world has a habit of trying to get you to look at what's in front of you, but not what's really going on around you. And this is why I always say you need to be aware of your surrounding. This is right, guys. This is an epiphany moment for me because everything that I've said is now coming into fruition and making sense for me. It may not make sense to you. When I gave it out to you all out there, it was in bits and pieces. But now that I'm listening and recapping everything that I said and seeing what is going on, it was profound. Okay, it was stuff that was given to me to give to y'all to make you aware and to teach me in the same process. As I always say, what I say to you all out there is not just for you, it's helping me too. Thank you for the compliment. Much appreciated. Thank you. Um, we who? Thank you. Alish, thank you for joining the live. Starry One, Roman, thank you for joining the live. If I missed a few of you guys, I'm sorry, but thank you for joining the live. Continue to comment, and then I can see you as you put your comments in. H&M, thank you for joining the live. T. Deetris, thank you for joining the live. Thank you for the compliment, Weehoo. Much appreciated. Um, but yeah, I'm saying all that to say that, warning comes before destruction. Be aware of your surrounding. I've constantly tell people that. I've tell people to don't react. Try to recognize the pattern so you can pre-act, post-act, so that when it's time to act, you're not overreacting. Thank you, Reggie, for joining for the roses. Much appreciated. And still being on the live. Much appreciated. Bra, thank you for joining the live. Um, yeah, continue to tap those hearts. Let me know that you're there. It's a gloss. It's a liner and a gloss. Um, but yeah, and I hope I'm saying something that's interesting and it's meaningful and it's going to help uplift and encourage you to keep going. Um, I know I started saying about how you got to be aware of your surroundings because this world is trying to pull you into something that is of importance, but not the major importance, to keep your focus away from what's going on. I know during the legislation, when people were, when every time you vote, they add these different things onto when you vote. So pay attention to what it is that they want you to add yes or no to. It's a lot of stuff that's going on behind the scenes that you don't know about. There's a lot of stuff that is present right in front of you, but they're coding it so you can't realize what it really is. Um, It's crazy. Even down to employment. I'm not going to go too much into this, but even jobs that is put in place to help people, even the people that are willing to take the job to help others, to teach others, you need to be careful with that job, with that standpoint too, because there are jobs out there that are taking more from the people that are given out to work. I want to give a shout out to all the teachers. And in certain counties and towns that you work in, they are very shisty and sneaky and things that's going on behind the scenes. I always thought that when you get a job to work to better yourself. But in some places, you're getting a job and they're making you a slave to their system. And I'm gonna stop there on that one because I don't want to go no further than what I have already have told you. So I want you to just make sure that you pay attention to what you get into and understand that it is not God's will for us to work to the bone, but you can still get phone calls 25 times a day, 5 minutes apart, of bill collectors calling you saying they want their money. Um, I'm all over the place right now, but I want to encourage you because there's so many, and I'm not all over the place. It's intended because there's so many things out there that are holding people down, weighing people down, causing them not to want to get out the bed in the morning. And it's I'm naming a few things that's coming to mind, but trust, believe there's a lot more. It's a lot more. Thank you for joining the live, Chi Chi. Much appreciated. Um, thank you for the gifts, Reggie. Much appreciated. Um, So it's a lot of things that's going on in this world that's going to try to keep you down and not want to keep moving. But please be strong, stay firm, and get past it. This too shall pass. I've been working to the bone my whole entire life. And I'm at the point now where I'm in battle with myself because I need money to work, but I also want to take care of myself and I love me more. That is why it's so important. It is so important to love you. Because if you don't love you, you're going to tolerate anything. You're going to do anything. You're going to break your body down when your body is needed to help move and bring this world to a better place. Um, a lot of people might say, well, the world is coming to an end. So what do I got to do this for? Because you want to be here to start the new world. You want to be here to be able to uh, bring in, you want to be a pioneer. If you're still surviving after all this stuff that's going on, consider yourself a pioneer in the up. I'm stuttering. Slow down. If you're still here after all this stuff that's going on, all this turmoil, all of the parts of the world that's being eliminated, if you're still here, you are a pioneer in the making of what is to come, or how the world is supposed to be. So don't give up. And life is never always easy. And I'm still believing that I didn't go through all of the stuff that I went through to come to this point, to have to go through even worse matters. I'm going to agree to disagree for all of those that's telling me otherwise. Because everything I went through was a lesson to teach me to where I'm at. So I had to go through what I went through to get to where I'm at. And everything that was taught to me is skills, life skills, uh, the skills I had to pay for, and skills that you teach every day. All that is all the information and all the preparation that you're going to need to this point so that you're going to know how to move forward and what's to come. And if you're still surviving after all that took place, you are a pioneer. Think back to everything you were taught. Put all that into play and move forward because you are here for a purpose. You are here for a destiny that has to be completed. Prophecy has to be fulfilled. So don't look at this as a point of being discouraged. Look at this as a point of correcting or playing a part in the correction of what God is about to do. Am I making sense to you all out there? Thank you for the likes, Trevor. Much appreciated. Because this whole thing is, excuse me, this whole thing is to motivate you to want to keep going. Although we're looking at how things look and you're like, oh man, it looks bad. It looks real bad. But God has a plan that is better. You don't have to understand and know everything. Trust me. I've got that lesson. I've passed that course. I don't have to understand and know why things are happening to believe that things are happening. I don't even have to know what the next step is going to be to know that I have a part to play in the next step. I just need to know what I need to do and listen and move accordingly and stay in alignment with what God is saying for us to do. Um, North Carolina. So, yeah, thank you for all of you that gave me the hearts to get me to that 1 point. Okay, Mark, I love to see it going, but when I see that 1K with the hearts, that lets me know that I'm flowing. I don't need that confirmation because I know God is working through me, but because I am in this fleshly body, part human, human, spirit being human, um, confirmation is what seems to be pleasing to see, if that makes sense. I didn't have to explain it, but I did. But yeah, for all of you control people, people that have to be in control, please understand that you're not in control. And don't keep fighting to be in control because you're going to make your life a lot miserable and you're going to come across some things that you probably could have eliminated if you would have just listened, accept, and understand that you're not in control of everything. No human being is in control of everything. Period. You're going to have to move through life not knowing what the next step is. Trust me, I know. I am, someone told me I look rich. Okay, if I look rich, okay, thank you for the compliment. But in reality, in this world, that is not, that is not the close, that's not, no comparison. I have to move forward not knowing what my next move is going to be. I have to move forward not knowing what my next meal is going to be. I might know what my meal might be for maybe the next couple of days, but prior to that, I have to get to those next couple of days to figure out what meal I'm going to have to eat. I have to figure out where I'm going to stay. All that stuff. I trust and believe that God's going to provide for me. Don't get me wrong. God is going to provide for me. I believe that. God has always provided for me. So that's my proof to know that God will continue to provide for me. Some of y'all might not be there yet, but you'll get there. I don't do any readings. Do you see any cards in my hands? I come on and I speak. This is a cup of conversation and food for thought. Lingy07. This is a cup of conversation and food for thought. I'm coming in having a conversation. I am being used by my Mother, Father, God, Universe, Creator. The same God that you serve, or the same God that brought you here, is the same God that brought me here. And that is who I am coming and speaking to you with the backing of God. I am not a reader. If I look like one, thank you, but I'm not. If you speak of something into existence, thank you. Okay, I don't know about that part yet, but I just felt I should share that with you. I don't know if that was sarcastic or if you were just being serious. If you were being serious, um, I don't do that. If not, you was being sarcastic, then you got what you got. But anyway, I thank you all for joining the live, and I thank you for all your compliments and contributes to the live. Hello, X, how you doing? Thank you for the compliment, much appreciated. Um, but yeah, I feel like I'm just speaking. I'm flowing. I'm just flowing. Um, but I hope that what I'm saying is making sense to you all out there. I hope what I'm saying, you guys are getting it clearly and that it's reaching those who it needs to reach and that I'm helping somebody out there. That's what that's the whole purpose of this is to help people. And this is a live to encourage and uplift. And I just want to remind people that even though, hello, hey Callie, how you doing? Thank you for joining the live. Much appreciated. It's been a minute. But I do want to and people get offended when I do that. So let me say that with a straight face so that people don't get offended. Hey Callie, how you doing? Because oh, you smile. Hey Yasi, thank you for joining the live. Thank you for the compliment. Thank you, Blue Ice, for joining the live. I think you've been on for a little bit. If I didn't acknowledge you before, thank you for joining the live. Um, but yeah, I just want to remind you all out there that there's some serious stuff going on in the world. Don't ignore it. Get some knowledge and wisdom and understanding on it because get some knowledge and wisdom and understanding on what's going on out here because it's serious and it's real. It's not pretend. It's not make believe. And don't be so afraid and not learn about it. You can see you cover up. Please. Sanad, um, thank you for your compliment. But what I wanted to say is that I got distracted by Sanad. But there's a lot of things that go on in this world, and a lot of people ignore it, turn deaf ear, or turn aside, and don't want to hear. You know that what's that thing with the monkeys? See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, whatever the case might be. This world is going to move forward and take place whether you realize it or not. Okay, is it bothering you that bad? If so, then look at my eyes and don't focus below. Okay? Because I'm going to move as I move so I can get what I need to get out. Okay? Um, but yeah, you need to pay attention to what's going on and listen to everything. Excuse me. A lot of people don't want to talk about religion or talk about spirituality and everything that comes with it. Spirituality can be pushed out of one side of to people about evil, and then some people spirituality can be pushed to the other about being good. We're all spiritual beings, whether you choose to believe it or not. You are living in a fleshly body. God had to breathe breath into your body so that it can come into form so that you can be who you are. So we're spiritual beings. Whether you choose not to accept the word spirituality or whatever the case might be, it's still going to exist whether you believe it or think it or not. Just because we breathe air, you can't see it, does it mean that you're not breathing it? It's still there. So pay attention. No, I do not. So pay attention to what is going on and listen and see how close it is from you. We have warnings that's been coming in. So if you are in a situation or if you're in a present, if you're in a form or a way that where you can get up and just pack up and move away from the danger zone, take heed to all that is all warning. If you can't get out of that situation and you're still there, just pray to God that that you're one of the ones that God's going to protect and keep safe, and ask God for direction and guidance. Seek God. If you don't have anybody else to go to, because we're never alone, God is always there in your spirit team. Seek God for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Spend that one on one time with you and God. Read the word. Listen to how God speaks to you so you can learn God's voice. That makes so much sense. I heard somebody else say that, but now that I hear it again, I tell people the Bible is a living word. No matter what situation you're going through, the word that you read is going to hit you in a different way. I am not exposing anything that is unnormal. I have on long sleeve shirts and I'm covered up. This is my chest. I'm not going to cover everything up because that's just not me. Okay? And God's still going to love me because I'm still presentable in how I look and how I'm coming across to you all out there. Okay? Now, if you don't have and people have a habit of putting their insecurities on other people. I'm a strong woman of God. And I take ownership for whatever I am, whatever I do wrong or do right. Well, do wrong. I give God the glory for everything I do right. If you can't have enough self control to control yourself during this live, that is not a my problem. That is a your problem. So you need to do what you need to do to get yourself right so that I can get my message across and you just be about you. We are we're saying about wearing clothes because they didn't wear that in the back in Adam and Eden day, right? It wasn't until awareness came across to where we had to start wearing clothes. But so I'm aware that Sanad has an insecurity. So I'm gonna suggest that Sanad go and take some time one on one with you and God and ask God to help you with your insecurity because you have no control over nobody else but yourself. Unless you buying me my clothes and telling me, paying my bills and everything like that, you have no say so on this person right here. With all respect, duly noted. So if you can't control yourself, then try to eliminate yourself from making those comments because it's not a my problem, it's a your problem. Well, thank you, Sanai. And thank you for showing me your true colors. Much appreciated. You have a wonderful day. But going back to what I was saying, thank you for the compliment. Much appreciated. Um, oh, my device is overheating. What's going on? Am I feeling the energy from the device? Is that what got me to get back to say what I said to Sanai? And lately, y'all, your electronics notice it has been overheating, and I'm wondering if I'm hitting something or that is causing my electricity, my items to overheat. Because all I'm doing is talking. I'm not adding anything extra. I'm not playing or putting any additional energy to pull from whatever it's pulling from. But my phone often gets overheated. So let me just put my fan on just to kind of cool this down. One sec. I'm still here. I'm just gonna put the fan on so that if my unit feel like it's getting overheated, it can cool down. Okay. All right. So maybe you're just that good. Thank you, Reggie. Much appreciated. Um, thank you for joining the live, Shalina. I think I saw the name cross there. But but yeah, I don't know what I was saying other than a lot of people know how to try to put their insecurities on others. But once you know better, you do better. And when you recognize things, again, I say be aware of your surroundings. Your surroundings could be through the telephone, and if that's what you're focusing on. But as you are focusing on the telephone, be aware of your surroundings. You need to be aware of where you are. You need to be aware of who you are. You need to be aware of your feelings as well, because people can pass by and their spirits could be unclean or um not in the same level of where you are. Notice those changes. That's all intentional. Those are your tools that you have within you to be aware of your surroundings. Animals, they know how to check around their surroundings. They can't tell you what they're doing to figure out what it is that they're doing, but they can sense and they pay attention around their surroundings, especially if they got to eat. Who's watching them, especially the ones that be hunted? They can sense things that's going on. You too have the ability to do that if you just pay attention. We have to slow down long enough to do so. This world wants to make it so fast paced that you can't pay attention to your own self. This world wants to make you realize that you need all of this to be a better you. You just need to know how to survive. And the way that this world is going, you're going to have to learn to trust your instincts, your intuition, your discernment. I talk about this every single time when I come on my live. Why? Because you're going to need it. Do I know why I say what I say every time I speak? Absolutely not. I don't. I just let God use me as a vessel to speak. And as I said earlier on this live, I am being reminded of everything I've said to you on this live since the beginning of the year. And a lot of that stuff is coming to play now. I told you guys in the beginning of the year, and I'm not taking credit. When I say God has given me this to you, so I'm not taking credit for it. But I've said that there is um God has a strategic plan. I felt it in my gut. I couldn't tell you what the plan was. I still can't tell you what the plan was, but I believe that God has a strategic plan. God has angels and people in place for a time such as this, hidden in plain sight. You're thinking that you're talking to an average Joe. But no, you're talking to a mighty warrior. You're talking to beings that's not even from this planet. Do I have proof of this? Absolutely not. Do I feel it? 100%. So that is what kept me to go through understanding that when I voted for the person to be in office, um, I was like, wow. But I had to put my trust 100% in God. And to this day, I am putting my trust 100% in God. I am moving on faith. My faith used to be as tiny as this years ago. It has overgrown and superseded my being. And my faith is just that strong. because I have to believe that God has never failed me. Man, 100%. Yes, man has failed me. God never. My spirit team, never. Did I know I had a spirit team back then? No. Do I do now? 100% absolutely sure know that I have a spirit team. You all have God in a spirit team too. Put your trust in God. Recognize all of you. Know to learn to love you. Know what's my saying? Know who you are, whose you are, and what you carry. Know who you are, whose you are, and what you carry. KWWWC. Okay? Know who, and I'm gonna need to make that as a t-shirt. But it's important. The world is doing its thing outside and we have no control over it. Some people say it's man that's doing this. Um, and some people say that's God that's doing it. God is in control regardless of who you believe is doing this. And God has put people in place, whether it's people that's on these lives talking to you and give you little nuggets and nuts and crannies of information. Take it. Learn from it. If you don't believe it, do your research on it. Don't ignore it. Ask God, is this for me? Speak to God. God will let you know. Is this something I should be paying attention to? God, what was the purpose of me seeing this? What's the lesson I'm supposed to learn out of all of this? It seems so little and minute to a lot of people. And I've known a lot of people that tell me you should talk about this, you should talk about that. Or what you're saying is not making no sense. Okay. You tomato, kuna matata. I don't know. You believe and say what you want to believe. I'm just sitting here as a vessel being used by God to speak to you all out there. It may not make no sense when it's coming out of my mouth, but those who need to hear it will receive it and they would know exactly what it is that's being said. And I know one thing that I did not stray away from the 2 years going on 3 that I've been doing this is you always have to love yourself. If you to go on YT right now and look at all my videos, you're going to see in those videos at least one something in each one of them. Love yourself. Love everything about yourself. Love everything about yourself. And I say that because if you don't love yourself and you let something be heard by someone outside of you that'll hurt your feelings and have an impact on how much you love you, it's going to be a problem for you because you're going to be thinking about it. And then you're going to try to change that. So be confident and love who you are. Know who you are, whose you are, and what you carry. Period. Then I also said be aware of your surroundings. Recognize the patterns. Learn how to post act, pre act, so you don't ever have to react to what goes on in your area or around you. I've said all of this. May not been flat out like I'm saying it now, but it's been in this situation. I'll talk about that. Another topic, that situation, talk about that. In another situation, talk about that. All of these are same key factors in everything I've said since I've ever come on this live. Ever. So I'm saying all that to say it means something. Some people might say, well, you're just boring and you ain't got nothing else to talk about. Oh, I got plenty to talk about. But if the same key points come out in every factor that I talk about, it's not me being bored or boring and have nothing to talk about. It's something you might need to pay attention to. Thank you for the hearts. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. So I'm saying all that to say, not to toot my horn, toot toot. I'm just simply saying, if you don't want to receive the information that I'm giving you because you know me and a part of my life where you weren't confident in, then hey, do what you like. But I'm telling you, I'm not the same person I was 25 years ago. Not the same person I was 6 years ago. I'm definitely not the same person I was 6 months ago. So if you have followed me and you've seen a change in me, recognize the change. Thank you. Thank you, Callie. Recognize the change. Hello, Hanad Binks for joining the live. If I didn't catch you before, please, I apologize. I was just flowing. But I thank you all for joining the live. And I guess there was a guy yesterday that got offended. Calvin, thank you for joining my live. So if you are on here, I said your full name, your first name. So again, thank you for joining the line. Don't be a stranger. Um, but yeah, we've been on for 54 minutes. I hope, I thank you for the hearts, much appreciated. I hope that I'm saying something that is beneficial to you all out there. I hope that you guys are really, really, really taking heed to the little nuggets that I'm giving back to you. Um, if you don't, if it doesn't phase you, that's fine. Thank you, Reggie, for the hearts, much appreciated. Um, just, we need to be aware. I want to encourage you, and I hope that's what I'm doing, to encourage you to keep going forward. Pay attention to what's going on. Don't be afraid or have fear. And I'm talking to myself because there's something I need to do, and I keep uh, pushing back on it, but I need to do it, and I'm going to do it. Remember that God has not given us a spirit of fear, but a power, of love, and a sound mind. Thank you, Vicky, for joining the live. So make sure that you pay attention. Be aware of your surroundings. Don't be afraid. Thank you. I need all the encouragement on that as possible because I need to do it. Thank you, Vippy, for the gifts. Much appreciated. Um, I kind of lost my track of thought, but I thank you. You have a wonderful day too. Thank you for joining the live. Much appreciated. Um, we've been on for 56 minutes. I try to stay on for an hour, so we got about 4 minutes or so before I get off this live. But I do hope that you guys receive what was being said. It was given out of love. I know sometimes when I get very compassionate about something, my voice raises. But that's just how my voice is. People tell me I have an accent. I don't hear it, but they hear it. I come with love. I come to do what thus saith the Lord. I come to, hello, Abdul Latif. Thank you for joining the live. I come to encourage, uplift, inspire, perhaps give you a different perspective on seeing things so that you have a better way of diagnosing or gathering and fixing your situation, not mine. I come on here for you to help you. I am a vessel to be used by God the way God sees fit to be used. Thank you. Thank you for appreciating that. I appreciate you all. I thank you for joining the live again. Um, but yeah, so despite what you're going through, because God knows, despite what you're going through, stay positive, stay focused, stay alert, and love you unconditionally. Love you so much that the world don't have no chance of changing what you feel or how you feel about you. It's you against you in this world. And you need to love you because it is you that is going to make a difference in this world. Despite all of the horrific things that are going on around this world and how many people are being eliminated due to what they call natural disasters, you need to be aware and you need to understand that we all play a part in this prophecy, this destiny, um, or your destiny that's we have in this life. So again, I thank you for joining the live. The direction is always forward and up. Look up to get away from what is on level field, which is all of the issues and problems that you got going on. So you need to go forward and look up. Don't stop moving. You may have to slow down sometimes. You may have to stop for a moment just to catch your breath or to rest, but then keep moving. Don't give up. Keep going. Keep going. You are never alone. Thank you for joining the live, Fran. Thank you for joining the live. Uh, the name went by too fast, but now I was trying to pronounce the name. I couldn't pronounce it, but thank you. I mean, no, the direction is forward and up. Forward because that's the direction you're supposed to go. That's the way the body is formed for you to go forward. Your face is in front of you, not behind you. It's intentional for a reason. If you have to look back and you can turn your neck, just to see how far you come, just to see how much you have accomplished, just to see how awesome you are because you had went through and overcame and now on the other side of some things. You're to look forward. Keep going forward. Look up. I make God my mark, my high calling because I have to look forward and uplift, go above my current circumstances. And the more that I move and the more that I go forward, the higher I get, I am no longer on the same level or playing field of my issues or problems. Everything's intentional. Don't feel down. Give honor and glory to God. You got breath in your body, right? I had made a thing, I made it alive, and I couldn't remember the four things that this guy said. If you asked if God did everything that God was supposed to do for you today, did you wake up this morning and have life? Are you able to eat? Do you have a place to stay? Do you have clothes on your body? If you have all of that, God has done exactly what God was supposed to do. Anything outside of that, consider it a blessing. We are so, somebody called me spoiled, and I am nowhere near spoiled. I will love to be spoiled. I will love to be spoiled. I don't know what that feel like because I had to work for everything that I have in my life. And I had to, and I've given so much of me to try to get back an ounce of what I feel. And I have not. So I am not a spoiled individual. For those out there that think that I am, trust me, I'm not. I work for everything that I have. And everything that I have asked for to get help for within my control, I pay back. Or I'm in the process of working on to pay back. Come spoil me because I want to be spoiled. I want to know what that feels like. I want to know what that feels like. But anyway, that's getting beside the point. We have made it to 1 hour. I thank you for joining the live. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Remember that God loves you. I love you. Now you love you. Have a wonderful day. Please pay attention to your surroundings. Love yourself. God loves you. I love you. Till next time. You're welcome.